We're here in Toronto, Canada, in the heart of Hollywood North, home to thousands of actors chasing the dream of being on the big screen. For many actors, their journey starts at the Toronto Monologue Slam, Canada's largest acting showcase. Every month, actors perform in front of a panel of industry professionals for the title of Monologue Slam Champion. On tonight's episode, 2 of those actors will perform their own original monologues with the hopes of making it to the finals. Welcome to the Toronto Monologue Slam on Bell 5. Last time on the Toronto Monologue Slam.
When will somebody yell cut? This can't be happening. This has to be a movie. I only needed the urgency. So you have to pick the moments when that's gonna happen.
And I think you executed everything that you wanted to do.
I didn't rob you of your identity. I didn't steal this job from you. I worked harder for it.
I have an issue with the structure in terms of the writing, and that is because you begin an argument, and to me that becomes indication, whereas I would love this to begin with the love story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, make some noise, round of applause, but don't make noise till it gets to the stage. Jesse!
We're not gonna be late, Nicole. Now, I promise, if you just sit down, I will drive like a maniac to get us there early, just like last time. And you'll have time to get your tea and stretch and flirt with the instructor. Now, please. I like taking these classes with you. I want to make that clear. I liked Waltz 101, and I liked Waltz 202, and Social Waltz, and Wedding Waltz, and I liked Sewing with Sergey, and I liked Portuguese film appreciation, and beekeeping with millennials, and I like tap dancing with Jerome. You know, I think it's weird that he doesn't ever take his tap shoes off, even when he goes to the car, he's clickety, if does he take them off at home or at the bank? I don't know. But anyway, I figured out why you like taking these classes. Because you like being taught things. I mean, you like it, deep down in your, I know that you fell in love with me when I taught you how to cook. When I told you to put the spices in with the onions instead of at the end, I could feel you liking that. I know it turns you on when someone gently corrects you, and I'm not gonna pathologize that. That's fine. But I also know that you don't love me anymore, and you haven't for a while, and that's why we sign up for all these classes. The thing is, I'm not gonna break up with you because I do love you still, and so I really, really need you to step up and do it. You can keep on having Jerome hold your waist while you practice your frap scat ball changes, but I'm gonna stay in this until you tell me to go. You can look at me as little as you like. I'll stay. So after class tonight, I'll wait in the car while you talk to him, and I want you to know that if you leave with him, that can be your way of telling me, and I'll come back here and get my things, and you won't have to see me again. But if you get back in the car, I'm gonna drive you home, and I'm gonna keep loving you. Don't cry. Don't. Look, this isn't the life that I thought I'd have either, but it's the life I'm living. Come on. Let's get in the car. We're gonna be late.
great. I said to you earlier, I love your voice. Your voice is very, it's used well. You know, you don't need a mic, which, you know, voice, if you don't have a voice as an actor, you don't really have anything. And thanks for using your voice the way it should. And I like how you don't delve too much into the emotion of everything. You could have chosen to do all this crying and this sappy thing, but maybe it's just that simple. And that's what held me.
Excellent writing. It was deep and personal. Thank you for allowing yourself to be still and vulnerable in so many moments and just sit in it. I know how comfortable that is, and I was there with you, and I think that was just incredible and very generous work.
I loved the writing. Just crisp and clear and so funny when it needs to be, and so tragic at the same time. That said, I think that what's missing is that moment before when you're going to finally spill all these beans. One of the greatest gifts an actor can give themselves is a place to come from is their nervous laughter. It's our defense mechanism when we're afraid of what the outcome's gonna be. You don't know what she's gonna say, right? You can't predict that. If you added that Woody Allen-ish nervous laughter and that insecurity off the top, we would have all fallen in love with you. And then would have like killed her if she left you. And so you kind of set up a situation where she can't go, right? And we know those guys. And so really beautiful writing and very well performed.
Thank you, Ron.
My role is to help you with whatever you feel you need help with. Whenever I work as a coach one-on-one, that's the first thing I ask an actors, what can I do for you? Doubly for all of you because you're the writer and the storyteller. Whatever your vision is artistically for this piece, that's what I want to help you realize.
I had a weird intro into it. I had a speech impediment, so I didn't ever think that I'd be like making a living by talking. But
you and James Earl Jones.
Yeah, that's one of the many things we have in common. The list goes on.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
What have you written?
I've written 3 plays, and I've written a few short films, which the CFC made when I was there as an actor, but I wrote there, and they made them because they had, a production company and stuff.
I've been writing mostly stories, like lots of stories, and always trying to figure out how to. Because growing up, I've always loved like villains and whatnot, and like Scar from The Lion King, and trying to like wrap my head around their way of thinking. And why I like those characters is because they're written in an unapologetic way. And I had to learn to become more unapologetic. It isn't me being somebody else, it's just me telling the truth.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, heavyweight. Not because he's like 6'9", but because he's a 2-time former Monologue Slam champion. Leighton Alexander!
The truth is, Sean, slavery doesn't bug me. Yeah, it sucked that it happened, but I don't expect white people nowadays to feel guilty about it. I mean, they didn't do it. Their great-grandparents did. So, my middle finger goes all the way up to your dead racist ancestors. May they rot in hell. Because I'm petty. My problem with racism, it's the little things. It's being approached by some random white dude saying, "Sup, my brother? Brother, yo, brother, sup, my brother?" And informing me about the latest basketball info or gossip or news. Yeah, or my favorite. My favorite is when my handshake is met with some ghetto street hoodlum. Because that makes a lot of sense. My tight ass from accounting definitely looks like I belong in a J-Quan music video. Like, what the is this? What does this even mean? If I were to take a right here and use that as black face paint, rip out a human brain, suck the blood off, and then spit in your face, I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. But image it. The point is, don't spit in my face by substituting the term black for ghetto. And don't just think you could only talk to me about black things. Educate yourself. Watch Get Out. It's an amazing film. Watch it. I mean, and Get Out is funny. Your jokes, Sean, your jokes aren't even funny. Your jokes are just awkward. I mean, we all just nod and smile in the office and just hope that the moment passes. We give you pity laughs, Sean. We laugh to make the moment pass. It's like when you're having sex with your girlfriend and she accidentally farts on your pubic bone. It's like that, Sean. That's what your jokes are like. You just laugh and keep it moving. Because what you fail to understand is that a black man has to work twice as hard to get half as much. I mean, I graduated top of my class, and yet you still make comments that I'm gang affiliated. Backhanded, snarky comments. And what pisses me off is that I actually thought, you know, that growing up, if I'm extra polite and extra smart, if I'm extra kind, if I have extra heart, then maybe I won't be judged by the color of my skin, or maybe the white lady beside me on the bus could feel safe sitting beside me. I literally castrate myself. I learn to speak at a higher octave just so I'm not intimidating. So there's nothing funny about that, especially from a mouth of privilege. Learn from this.
Leighton, wow, you're incredible work. You executed as you always do. You're by far the bravest, most opinionated actor that I see go up there. You always have. And yeah, thank you for always, you know, keeping us honest and keeping the bar really high.
I think structurally it's all here. And I think the turning point in this scene is when this guy makes jokes about you being gang affiliated. Mm-hmm. And he does this to basically rob you of all the things that you've achieved in life. You lay all the editorial foundations here that you're a successful man, and you got to listen to this in your space where you've earned a place to be. That's, to me, when we see who you're talking to for the first time. And all of your emotional byproduct of that moment is truthful and honest and rewarding richly. Before that, I would love to explore more notes, because I think I don't know whether this guy is an equal to you or your boss or what this guy is. Yeah. Because of there's no tone associated to relationship at the beginning of this, but there's mountains of it at the end. Mm-hmm. Engineer the top of this scene. Play with it, improvise more with it. Just grab a note and go with it and see what you find that comes out of this. Because it's so beautifully written and richly rewarding, and I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work, as always. You are a great performer, and now we know you are also a great writer. So that's fantastic to bring your own personal experience into this. I want to commend you for starting before you got on the stage. Painted us a picture right away. We saw the person you were speaking to because you censored him really well. Mm-hmm. Know that you don't have to push so much. Yeah. This is really easy work. Mm-hmm. When you don't push, it's really easy work when it's coming from a truthful place. Just be mindful of how still you also need to be when telling certain parts of the story. You love to move around. You're a physical guy, and it's habit, really. But try to sit in that discomfort. The moment you get uncomfortable, you move out of it and you use your arms and you look all over the place, but try to actually sit in what that is. Because when those things are happening to us, we are extremely still, and that's what scares them. The stereotype of moving around, they could just, they make fun of it, But when we're still telling the story, it's terrifying because they don't know what we're gonna do. Try it.